Have you heard about the remarkable story of Ronald Read, a janitor who amassed a staggering $8 million in savings by the time he passed away in 2014? That's right, a janitor with $8 million. What's even more inspiring is that he didn't win the lottery or inherit the money. His secret? Consistent savings and the power of compounding. This story teaches us a powerful lesson. When it comes to money, your behavior often matters more than your intelligence. You don't necessarily need a prestigious degree or a high-paying job to build wealth. By simply adhering to sound financial practices, you can achieve financial success. As the author Morgan Housel states it from his book, financial success is not solely based on hard science, but rather a soft skill, where your behavior and choices hold more importance than your knowledge. From the psychology of money, we will be exploring 5 key takeaways that will transform the way that you think about money. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe to get more of these types of content. Takeaway number 1. How thoughts and emotions drive financial decisions. Money, a ubiquitous aspect of our lives, is present everywhere and plays a significant role in shaping the world we live in. It even holds immense power over our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. In the book, Housel explores the impact of emotions on our financial decisions and the choices on the way we handle, invest, and perceive money. Fear, greed, and overconfidence can heavily influence our decisions, often leading to substandard outcomes. But by being aware of our emotional biases, we can make more rational decisions and avoid being swayed by short-term impulses. Housel explored the complex intersection of money and psychology, which connects to our financial behaviors. While people may do seemingly irrational things with money, no one is crazy. What makes sense to others might seem crazy to you, and that is because our financial choices are shaped by several factors: generational differences, different upbringing, different economic circumstances, and different personal experiences with money. Understanding the theory of making investment decisions based on goals and investment characteristics is one thing, but in reality, people often deviate from this rational approach. People who have faced economic crises may develop different biases and thoughts about risk and rewards compared to those who have experienced stability. For example, if someone grew up during a strong stock market, they may be more inclined to invest heavily in stocks, while someone who experienced a weak market may be more cautious. One powerful insight from the book is a realization that people often desire wealth as a signal for being liked and admired by others. As quoted from the book, people tend to want wealth to signal to others that they should be liked and admired. But in reality, those other people often bypass admiring you, not because they don't think wealth is admirable, but because they use your wealth as a benchmark for their own desire to be liked and admired. Housel cautions against seeking money solely for the purpose of gaining admiration from others. Instead, he suggests focusing on developing these qualities: humility, kindness, and empathy. These will ultimately bring more fulfillment and genuine connections than pursuit of material possessions. Takeaway number 2. The role of luck and risk in our financial journey. Understanding the role of luck and risk is essential in our financial journey to success. We often overlook the influence of luck. Both good and bad luck play a significant role in our financial outcomes. Acknowledging the element of luck helps us avoid overconfidence, make more rational decisions, and appreciate the role of external factors in our financial journey. The story of Microsoft's founder and co-founder, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, taught us that the luck and risk intertwine in influencing financial success. While dedication and hard work are important factors, luck also played a pivotal role in their journey. Luck and risk are factors that are difficult to evaluate in one's financial success. But as much as we recognize the role of luck in success, recognizing the role of risk means we should forgive ourselves when assessing failure. Nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. One way to explore the luck and risk scenarios is by looking through the history or past. However, Housel advised that decisions should not rely solely on historical events as guides for future investments. The world is constantly changing, full of surprises. It is impossible to predict what next surprise will be. To put into author's word, the further back in history you look, the more general your takeaways should be. General things like people's relationship to greed and fear, how they behave under stress, and how they respond to incentives tend to be stable in time. The history of money is useful for that kind of stuff. Planning for the future requires considering the margin of safety. Unforeseen events such as retiring during a financial crisis or encountering a powerful bear market when considering an exit should not be overlooked. Creating a margin of safety involves accounting for the margin of error and the possibility that circumstances may not be in our favor. One approach is to save without a specific goal in mind, preparing for the unpredictable events that lie ahead. Takeaway number 3. Harnessing the power of compounding and the time for financial success. The power of compounding is not to be underestimated. Even small, consistent investments have the potential to grow exponentially over time. It's important to understand that a good investment is not about chasing the highest rates, but rather earning consistently good returns over an extended period of time. Sustained and uninterrupted growth is the key to compounding, rather than relying on big returns. By allowing compounding to work over time, even modest investments can grow into significant financial growth. Housel emphasizes the indispensable role of time and patience in building lasting wealth. While the allure of quick gains may tempt us, true financial success lies in staying disciplined and allowing time to work in our favor. Having control over our time is a common denominator of happiness. More than income, education, or geography, the ability to do what we want, when we want, and with whom we want is the highest dividend that money can pay. Money's true intrinsic value lies in giving us the freedom to shape our lives according to our desires and priorities. However, chasing after more and more money becomes an endless game where people often risk what they truly need for things they don't. As quoted from the book, to make money they didn't have and didn't need, they risked what they did have and did need. That's just foolish. It's just plain foolish. If you risk something that's important to you for something that is unimportant to you, it just does not make sense. Certain things are simply not worth risking, regardless of the potential gain. Reputation, freedom, family, friends, and happiness are invaluable. Knowing when we have enough is a key to avoiding risks that could ruin these precious aspects of our lives. The hardest financial skill is getting the goal spot to stop moving. There is no point in increasing expectations with increased results. It becomes dangerous when the desire for more money, more power, more prestige outpaces the sense of contentment. Recognize having enough, and it does not mean sacrificing a comfortable lifestyle. It means recognizing the point at which pursuing more starts to breed regret, whether it's burning out at work for extra money or engaging in risky investments we can't sustain. Enough is not too little. Takeaway number 4. The hidden return of saving and a margin of safety. Saving for the sake of saving itself can provide hidden returns. While saving for specific goals is beneficial, Housel suggests that building wealth doesn't necessarily require a predefined objective. It is an ongoing process that cultivates financial security and freedom. By focusing on saving, we create a gap between our ego-driven spending and our income, enabling us to accumulate wealth over time. There is a difference between being wealthy and being rich. Being rich pertains to current income, while wealth is the income not spent. Wealth is the accumulation of financial assets that haven't been converted into material possessions. It encompasses the expensive cars not purchased, the unworn expensive watches, and the money that remains untouched in bank accounts. Becoming wealthy requires saving, regardless of income level. Even with high income or investment returns, true wealth cannot be achieved if you're not saving. Despite having decent income, what stops most people from saving? It's their ego. The desire to show off material possessions and gain social approval prevents them from accumulating wealth. As the author Housel puts it, your savings is a gap between your ego and your income. Beyond your basic and comfort needs, the money you spend on is your ego approaching money. You just spent to show the people that you have money. To overcome the urge to impress others, it is essential to care less about people's opinions and what they think about us. By detaching our self-worth from the possessions we own, we can break free from the cycle of ego-driven spending and focus on building true wealth. When planning our financial future, it is crucial to consider the margin of safety. Creating a margin of safety involves the saving without a specific goal in mind. It means saving for the unknown events that lie ahead, those that we can't predict. We should acknowledge that things may not always go as planned, such as retiring during a financial crisis or encountering a powerful bear market when considering an exit strategy. By doing so, we can establish a financial buffer that provides security and peace of mind, regardless of what the future holds. Takeaway number 5. Building a resilient mindset for financial success. Building a resilient mindset is crucial when it comes to navigating the world of finance. Embracing uncertainty, preparing for unforeseen events, and adopting a long-term perspective are key aspects of developing resilience. Building resilience involves accepting that luck plays a role in financial outcomes, and recognizing that past success can't be indefinitely repeated. By cultivating this mindset, we can effectively navigate financial ups and downs, bounce back stronger from setbacks, and remain focused on our long-term financial goals. Housel summarizes money success with a single word: survival. While earning money requires taking risk and being optimistic, keeping money requires humility and an awareness that what we've earned can be lost. Realistic optimism is understanding that while short-term losses may occur, over time, things tend to balance out. Being optimistic about the future while maintaining a healthy fear of potential obstacles is vital for navigating the uncertainties of the financial landscape. When it comes to finance and investment, making purely rational decisions doesn't always work. Instead, making reasonable decisions that align with our beliefs and intuition becomes essential. Reasonable decisions are based on our own judgments and perspectives, even if they may not always seem logical. Short-term fear acts as a survival mechanism, while long-term optimism allows us to capitalize on our opportunities for growth. Pessimism often garners more attention than optimism. The temptation of pessimism lies in its ability to reduce expectations and narrow the gaps between possible outcomes and the outcomes we feel comfortable with. However, it is important to recognize that growth takes time, and pessimism should not overshadow the potential for outcomes that are positive. Remaining cautiously optimistic while acknowledging the risk is a balanced approach to navigating the financial landscape. Whether you're an aspiring investor, a diligent saver, or simply curious about the relationship between psychology and money, the Psychology of Money offers invaluable lessons that can transform your financial journey. Through the wisdom shared by Morgan Housel, we gain a fresh perspective on how to harness our emotions, embrace patience, navigate luck, and build a resilient mindset. Mastering your finances goes beyond numbers and formulas. By understanding the psychological aspects that influence our financial decisions, we can make wiser choices and build a more secure financial future and financial success. And that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments if you read The Psychology of Money and what your key takeaways are. Stay financially aware.